Hi everybody, this is my $5 pantry haul for the week. And what I did is I went to a grocery outlet to buy my $5 worth. And what I'm doing is buying $5 for my pantry stockpile, either for my pantry or my freezer. And it's going to be long term. This way it lasts me through the winter, because in the wintertime, my budget, even though I have the same budget, I usually end up taking money from my food budget for other things, because I have a lot of bills that come due in the wintertime. So my food budget ends up getting lower than normal. All right, so this is something I'm stockpiling for the winter. And I went to grocery outlet. I went over my $5 budget. I spent $5.48, but I figured that's okay because I am always seem to be under on my budget. So I thought that's okay. And they said I saved $20.27. So really, that is like getting almost $26 worth of groceries for $5.48. So I thought that was great. Okay, so the first thing I got is the bottled water, and that is a 1 gallon bottle. And what I'm trying to do is every time I go to the grocery store now is buy a bottle of water. So I'm getting a water every week, either a gallon of water or a case of a 24 pack of waters every time I go, just so make sure I have enough water storage at home for the winter time, because I do all my cooking and all my drinking from bottled water. I don't use the water here at the apartment because our pipes are just so horrible here, and our water quality in this town is really bad. We even get like a yearly newsletter on the water quality. So even the schools, when my kids went to school here, the schools would advise not to drink the water, for kids to bring bottled water. So that's just something in this town that we have. So a lot of people say, you spend too much money on bottled water, but where I live, most people drink bottled water. Some people drink from the tap, but that's all right. Okay, if they want to. So anyways, first thing I got was a bottle of water, and that was $1.19 right here. And then they charge us a 10 cents CRV here. Okay, and then the next thing I got is some more pasta. I love this bow tie pasta. I like to make a macaroni salad with this. And this is 1 pound, and this was $1.19. They had a sign there that said the pasta was 99 cents. So this is one reason why I went over, because I was calculating 99 cents, but it rang up $1.19. Okay, and then I got 3 more of these. These are only 3 for $1 right now at grocery outlet. And I thought I gotta get these because it's macaroni and cheese. But 3 for $1, you can't beat that. And I thought, well, that's good to add to the stockpile. So I've added kind of a lot of pasta on this stockpile, but that's all right. I wanted to get the most that I could for my $5. Okay, and then, so let me show you that. Right here is macaroni, 3 at 3 for $1, $1. So that was awesome. And then for my last remaining $2, so this was $1, $1, and $1, little over $1. These two are a little over $1. Okay, so that's my $3 right there. So for my final $2, they had this great deal on Craisins. And so these Craisins were 10 for $1. So I thought, okay, I gotta get these. And so I ended up getting 20 of these, because that is an awesome deal. So I thought this will be great in my long-term storage, because these are good on salads. They're good just to eat by themselves. I thought what I'm going to do with these this winter is I'm going to make cookies. You know how you make oatmeal raisin cookies? I'm going to make some oatmeal Craisin cookies. So I thought this sounds like a great deal for that. So I will be making these this winter. And then if I want a snack, maybe I'm out of sweets or something. Hope not. But in case I am ever out of sweets, I can just pull one of these out, because these are super duper sweet. So I will stand back, and this is my $5 haul. I did go over a little bit. I spent $5.48. Now, I could have taken a couple of these off, like 4 or 5 of these off to meet the exact $5, but I didn't want to do that because I'm usually under on my hauls, my $5 hauls. So they said I saved $20.27, and I do believe it. And so this is like $26 worth of food for only $5.48, and that is going into, you can't see it, that is going into my pantry for long-term storage for this winter. So this, I thought this was turned out to be an awesome haul. And so I was excited about this. And so next week, on next Saturday, I will go back and see what I could get for $5 to add to my pantry. So this has been a fun little pantry challenge, and I'm going to continue doing it as long as I can afford it. I know $5 is not much money to put away for your pantry, and you're probably thinking, like, what can I buy for $5? Like, that is ridiculous. But no, if you really scrimp and scrounge and look around the stores for the best deals that you could put away, you can get a lot of stuff for your money. So I love going to grocery outlets, so I thought, you know what, this is going to be the best place to go for my $5 pantry hauls. And I'm glad I went back, and I'm glad I got these Craisins. So that was an awesome deal. So if you have a grocery outlet near you, you might want to go pick those up. And they're good. I'm sure kids love those. And they're also good for baking, which I plan to do this winter. I plan to do a lot of cooking and a lot of baking because I don't have any heat in my apartment, and that will help keep me warm throughout the winter. Okay, everybody, so this is my $5 pantry haul, and thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.